As the only boy to sink a ship sang in 2020, cold October day, and I have nothing to do. You know just what to do. Sit down and chill with Monday Matters right here on Gary's Stuff. Hi, I'm Gary, welcome to my channel and a big welcome back if you've been here before. Today is indeed Monday Matters. Now, if you don't know the show, then I'll start by looking at some of the news of the model making world. Then I'll get you up to date with things here at Gary's Stuff headquarters. If you enjoy the show, don't be shy and let YouTube know by giving it the old imperial thumbs up, by subscribing to the channel and by hitting the notification bell. All of these are free and a great way to show your support. Links to other ways to support the channel are in the information box below. So later I'll be talking about the current price draw and the builds I've got going on. But first, let's see what caught my eye this week in the big wide world of model making. First, and the ongoing saga of the Airfix Vintage Classics Jaguar. Now, I think it's fair to say this was a much welcomed reissue, especially as it comes with brand new decals from Cartograph to jazz it up. The problem was that the fuselage parts in the box were not from the Jaguar GR1 as advertised, but were from the Jaguar A, the French version of the aircraft, probably from the Hele moulds from 1993, that indeed used parts from the 1975 Airfix kit, but crucially with a different fuselage. Now, it's entirely possible that the tooling was held in store just under the name Jaguar, and it was assumed to have the GR1 fuselage moulds. What is worrying is that the plastic's gone through the whole range of development, test shots and production without anyone noticing the lack of a chisel nose for the laser rangefinder that was so characteristic of the RAF aircraft. Now, Airfix has put up its hands to the issue. In an email to purchasers, it said the wrong parts had got into the box and that they offered a full refund on the purchase price. Airfix also said that any Hornby Hobby reward points that had been collected for the purchase would be kept by the customer, and they also added a 15% discount code against a future purchase, which is fair enough. Airfix tells me it's certainly their intention to release the intended version of the kit, but at this moment there's no indication of when this may be available. I guess it depends on whether the original moulds can be found and if they're suitable for use or whether they need repairing. I'll let you know whenever I hear more. Until then, the Jaguar remains on pre-order status on the Airfix website. Back to new things, and 3D Wild has created a 1/200th scale kit of the Lockheed C5M Galaxy. The kit is 3D resin printed and includes detailed cargo cabin, ramps and cargo, including APCs and tanks on tank transporters. There are even some 1/200th scale crew figures. Despite the scale, the kit will still have a span of 34 centimeters when completed. Thoughtful points include trunking for wires for internal lights, should you wish to add them. These are not included with the kit, incidentally. It's a colossal kit and comes in at a reasonably colossal $216 US, but I'm sure it will have many takers. Bringing us something that probably only its mother could love is Sword, with a new kit of the Short Seamew anti-submarine aircraft. Definitely from the function over form school of design, it was created by David Keith Lucas, who also oversaw the design of such classics as the Short Belfast, the Skyvan and the SD330. If you think the Keith Lucas name somewhat familiar, it might be because his granddaughter Sarah is a meteorologist and a BBC weather presenter. The kit will be in 1/72nd scale. Hobbies has a new 3D printed resin kit of the Junkers J2, the first all-metal fighter aircraft, in 1/48 scale. Usefully, it comes removed from the printing supports and cleaned for you. Airgraphic has a collaboration with Big Kits Models to bring you the Wedgetail AEW Mark I aircraft in a huge 1/72nd scale. BKM provides the base Boeing 737 kit and Airgraphic the resin extras to bring it up to standard. They also have a new 1/72nd scale set to convert the Airfix Vulcan into the Black Buck anti-radar strike aircraft with pylons Alki 101 pod and Shrike missiles, hopefully with more success than Airfix did. Other air graphics kits of interest are the Rapier Field Standard B anti-aircraft missile system and Bedford A2 minibuses in high and low roof variants, all in 1/72nd scale. Most of this month's announcements from ICM are reissues, including a jazzily marked Henschel HS-123A1 in 1/32nd scale, the Marauder Mark III with colours for the Royal Air Force and the South African Air Force in 1/48 scale, and a 1/72nd scale kit of the Marder 1A3 armoured vehicle, this last kit being a rebox of a Revell kit from 1999. New to the range is a crew set for the 1/48 scale Black Hawk helicopter, 3 crew figures altogether. I do hope they do these in 1/35th as well. Amusing Hobby has a new 1/35th scale kit of the French-German enhanced main battle tank, while Border has a new kit of the Chinese Type 100 4th generation main battle tank, also in 1/35th scale. Copper State has announced a new kit of the Mgebrov R armoured car, a First World War Russian vehicle based on a Renault chassis with intriguing gun turrets, this also in 1/35th scale. And somewhat smaller is a new Pit Road Tiger II, this kit in 1/144th scale. In creature news, Kotobukiya has announced a new kit of Godzilla, no scale given, but it is 200mm tall when complete. Slightly less threatening, but perhaps only slightly, is Fujimi's take on Godzilla as an egg scale kit. And finally, if you think small is beautiful, then you'll like this, a 1/1,000,000 scale model of the battleship Yamato made using submicron 3D printing technology. At just a fraction of a 1/4 of a millimetre long, it can be seen by visitors to the Yamato Museum in Kure, Japan, using a powerful magnifying lens. By the way, that thing at the top left is a human hair. Here at Gary's Stuff, it might seem like not a lot has been going on really, with very little content published, but it really is a bit of a calm before a relative storm. I did publish a video on the launch of my latest prize draw. This is for the awesome 1/24th scale Airfix Spitfire in the latest Flying Dre boxing. This comes complete with resin extras and a paint mask made by Edouard, as well as a limited edition drinks glass. The prize draw is open until the end of 18th October 2025. Remember, if you're the winner, I will post it to you at my own expense no matter where you are in the world, and 10% of the revenue goes straight to Models for Heroes. A link to the draw is here and repeated in the information box below, or of course you could watch the video. I also published a review of the Magic Factory Corsair 2 in 1/48 scale, a very good looking kit indeed, and unusual in that it provides 2 complete sets of wings depending on whether you'll build them as folded or deployed. I have shot some more reviews as well, notably of the Trumpeter Barracuda and the ICM Battle of Malta set. I've more to do as well. In terms of building of both the 1/32nd scale Matchbox Sea Venom and the 1/48 scale Martin Baker MB3 in the paint booth, with the 1/72nd scale Airfix Wessex making an appearance as well. All 3 of these are pushing into the late stages of their builds. I've also made a start on the Matchbox set of Monty's Caravan. As soon as any of these are finished, of course, I'll publish them and start some other things. Maybe make a restart on my Uma model Harrier now that I have the rudder for it. Of course, last Thursday was the first live stream of the month. Nick's Conundrum kit was the Special Hobby Bugatti 100 racing aircraft in 1/72nd scale. Huge congratulations to Robert Ball for being the first to correctly identify it. And finally, earlier this morning, I interviewed Mark Robson, the boss of Corteret, about their new project to make a 1/48 scale kit of the Handley Page Halifax. That will be on the channel as soon as it's been edited to a reasonable length, because we do both like a good chat. And don't forget, I'm on the Bearded Veteran Creates channel twice a week, Mondays and Fridays at 12 noon to 2 p.m. UK time. So there's plenty of content in the pipeline, and I'm not letting up anytime soon. That's all for today. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, then don't forget to let YouTube know by giving it the Imperial thumbs up, by subscribing if you haven't done so already, and by hitting the notification bell to hear about all my new content. Thank you so much for watching today, and goodbye.